Hi, everyone, and welcome. And my name is Marty Rathbun. You guys should know that by now. The main reason I'm coming on here because I was criticized. I've been doing videos, everyone, and a couple people in the comments. They're good people, but don't criticize me. I criticize you, folks, everyone. So you know, when you become the number two man in the biggest church in the whole world, then you can start criticizing me. But until that time, you sit there, you put down what you're doing, you look at me, and you listen, folks. Because I've got something to say. No one is allowed to criticize me or my work. I was the number two man, very powerful man. I get upset when people criticize me in the comment section. I will be monitoring their movements just like I did with Pat Broker. Okay? I'll follow him all the way to the Czech Republic. And, let's put it this way, folks. Do you guys think you know better or me, Marty Rathbun, number two man, know better? I think we can conclude immediately that I know better. Okay? Now, let's get on to some more subjects. Now, I called Mike Rinder. He didn't answer, but I left a message. I told him he should be going back to Australia until things cool down because of all his alleged crimes, folks. And that's where he should go, is Australia, folks. Mike Rinder should be going to Australia until things cool down. He apologized. No one is accepting his apologies, folks. So that's where he belongs, in Australia or even London. He likes London, folks. Like I said, I was criticized in my last videos, and I don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate it. I don't believe it. You don't believe it. But, when you start, how low is that to criticize the number two man in the whole Church of Scientology? I should still be in that church now, folks, but they think they could run it better without me. So be it. Okay? Well, they can't. You see, if I was there, you think they'd be protesting? No. I would have shut that down immediately. Okay? So, these are the facts, folks. If you think you're going to debate facts, well, anyone is free to debate what they want, except no one's allowed to criticize me. Marty Rathbun, number two man. I have to sip my coffee. You think I'd let my wife, Monique, criticize me? I don't think so, folks. Okay? All right. I think she learned that immediately when I told her to get in the kitchen, start cooking and cleaning, scrubbing the potatoes, washing the carrots, scrubbing the floors, raising the babies. That's all good things for wives to do. Okay? And when we got men's work to do around here, then we got men's work. I shouldn't have to make my own sandwiches or draw my own bath, folks. So the criticism of me, Mr. Marty Rathbun, number two guy, stops immediately. Okay? All right? And we're going to stay on here until everyone agrees not to criticize me. Thank you for your support. How's everyone doing today, huh? Don't forget, you criticize me and there's going to be major consequences. Because I am the number two man, folks. Number two. And I don't take criticism very well, folks. You don't criticize me, I criticize you, folks. And where do you guys come off criticizing the number two man anyways? If you want to criticize someone, you criticize Rinder, Levin Smith, or the Headleys. Not me. I'm innocent of any and all allegations. I've proven that aggressively. Anyone that disagrees, well, we're not going to hurt you, but I will know everything about you. My legal team says I can't speak too much about what, but basically, folks, don't criticize me. All right. We'll be all, criticize Rinder. That's fine. All right. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. I'm one of the good guys, folks. I got a good guys award back in the day, and so I don't like when people criticize me. I don't agree with it. Okay, and it shouldn't be happening. And sorry, I'm not wearing my brown suit, folks. It's still wet from when my son dumped that water on me, folks. I got my green suit, still a good suit. Appreciate everyone being here today. We're not going to be too long. I got chores to do, folks. Thank you for being here, everyone. I had to make my own coffee. How's everyone doing today, huh? Call in with your questions. I might answer them, I might not, folks. Not in a great mood about being criticized, folks. So, like I said, it stops, and it stops now. Effective immediately. No one's allowed to criticize me. I only want to hear positive words. I want to hear positive Pete's out there. Okay? I don't want to hear no negative Nellies. No, you should have did this. You should have did that. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Jennifer. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. So I don't want to hear the negativity, folks. That's a crime criticizing me, Marty Rathbun, by the way, folks. I know we're all above that. I know everyone watching the stream is above that. I went through hell at that church being the number 2 man. Made Tom Cruise everything he was, folks. I made Dave Miscavige everything he was. And like I said before, Dave Miscavige would be assistant cameraman working on B-roll if it wasn't for me, Mr. Marty Rathbun. So I'm asking for and demanding a little more respect. All right, folks. I'm one of the biggest stars. I was one of the biggest stars there. Yeah, I should, Bull. I should be number 1. You know what I mean? Every time I did something good, okay, David Miscavige yanked the credit. He took the credit. Like when I got tax-exempt status for the church in 1992, Dave Miscavige ran up onto the stage. He said he did it. Folks, I think we all know I did it. Render was hiding under his desk the whole time, okay? So it's not the way it seems, folks. I got that. I got that tax-exempt status, folks. Without me, you wouldn't see all these big blue buildings and big buildings here and big buildings there. They're all paid for, folks. And you think people would be protesting if I was on staff? No. We would take aggressive steps that would be squash, folks. So now it's just basically a free-for-all, all right? They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to count. They don't know how to add. Basically, folks, when they send the memos out, they do it in the crayon and the second grade pencil. They don't know how to add or subtract. They don't know how to read or write. They don't even know how to use Word. Okay. That's how bad it is, folks. You think that I would accept that? I don't accept non-performance, folks. I don't think you guys accept non-performance either. So these are the facts of the case. As long as no one's criticizing me, we're going to be okay, everyone. And, we should be criticizing Render. We should be criticizing Render and Remedy. They're 2 devils of deception. Twins of deception. Not me. I'm one of the good guys, folks. Marty Rathbun, number 2 man. I should be number 1 man, just like Bull Hank said, and I agree. Like I said, Dave Miscavige, he had to have the limelight for himself. He had to do it. He had to be Tom Cruise's friend. I'm the one that got the good on Tom Cruise's wife's. It wasn't David. All right. I was the point person. I'm responsible for the growth in Tom's career. I'm responsible for the growth in John Travolta's career. And John's career would be doing better right now if I was still on board with the church, folks. As for Tom, nobody wants to see Mission Impossible 37 or whatever he's working on, folks. And I was the one responsible for getting Tom Hanks' Mission Impossible number 1, folks. And, So if we're going to talk about facts, we're going to talk about facts. We're going to address the issues, deal with these issues, and we're going to be aggressive, folks. But that's what David Miscavige should be right now, is his original position, assistant cameraman working on B-roll film, folks. That's all he's capable of doing. And as you guys can see, the church doesn't even have a number 2 man anymore, because after I left, there was no one capable of filling my shoes, folks. That's just the way it is, folks. That's just the way it is, everyone. And like I said, anyone that criticizes me is F-rated, fake, false, fraud, failing, flunky, floozies. You guys agree? Hi, NIC, Anonymous. And I appreciate everyone being here. You guys are the good guys, not the bad guys. And like I said, Render, he's one of the bad guys. He should be going back to Australia or London. He likes London, okay? And thank you very much. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, Tom Cruise, he's, his days are numbered with being a star. Greetings, NIC. And so that's where we're at, folks. It's just, it's not the way it should have been. And, it was bad enough when Monique wasn't respecting me and my kids not respecting me. A man has his breaking point. A man shouldn't have to do all the housework, folks. Monique should be doing the housework. Monique should be cooking, cleaning, raising the babies, scrubbing the potatoes, washing the carrots, drawing my bath, folks, making my coffee. I had to make my own coffee too, folks. It's just, at some point, this has to end. At some point, I have to push back, okay? And like I said, no one's allowed to criticize me. I criticize you. I'm the former number 2 man. Should have been number 1. I was number 2. And people like to chop up my words and, say I said this and said that. And it's just untrue, folks. I went on, I made a couple videos to clear the record about Levin Smith. And he went nuts and made a reaction video, which was untrue about me. This was about 7 to 10 years ago. And he should just stop making videos. He doesn't know how to do it. I'm the only one who knows how to make videos. And those are just facts. If we're going to sit here, we're going to talk about facts. We're not going to dance around the issues. We're going to address the issues aggressively and deal with them. All right? So I will have a comeback for any of these criminals, including Levin Smith, Leah Remney, Mike Render. None of them will return my phone calls. That's right, washing the carrots. And I see, yep, I hope your wife does that. Just, if not, you send her to me. I'll teach her how to do it. Because that's what a good wife should do, folks. And it's not the way it should be. And these women should be grateful we gave them the right to vote. What more do they want than that, folks? Everyone. At least no one's criticizing me right now, folks, because I tell you what, it's not going to go down good if they do, okay? Because I demand respect, folks, all right? I know you guys demand respect too, so it's a two-way street, folks, all right? And by the way, folks, no one is a better auditor than me, all right? I taught these people how to run the church, and on day 1 when I left, they're not capable of anything. I have a peaceful life now. I have a small boat. I read my newspaper every morning. I just feel like I don't have a mission anymore. I could turn that church around. I'll tell you what, if I only had the chance, we could stop these protesters. And believe me, folks, I can get it done. You know, anyone that doesn't believe me, well, I'll prove it to you. Like I said, folks, you know, no one's allowed to criticize me. I criticize you guys. I don't know where Monique is this morning. She didn't tell me. She doesn't tell me when she leaves the house. She barely talks to me. Hey, Holly, thanks for joining us. And like I said, she doesn't tell me when she leaves the house. She won't draw my bath. She won't do anything for me, folks. Same with my kid. You think my kid would at least take out the trash? I have to take out the trash. And so it's bad enough when my family criticizes me. I don't need it from the viewers either, folks. I got the biggest YouTube channel on YouTube, and I don't need the criticism. Yeah, it's just gonna stop. If you want to criticize someone, you criticize Render or Remedy. Those two deserve criticism, not me. I'm innocent in ending all of this garbage, folks. We're gonna bring the church back to the level it was when I was Inspector General. I ran that place A-rated. It was A-rated when I ran that place, folks. Now it's F-rated. I think we all know what F stands for, folks. Fake, false, fraud, failing, flunky, floozy, failure. Not A-rated. All right, it came down from A to F. F is failing. A is excellent, folks. So, and like Holly said, I took care of the squirrel squad and I sprayed them down with the hose. They deserved it, folks. And I'm monitoring this chat, by the way, so I'm glad no one's criticizing me. So we'll just sit here. I want to hear some negative words about Render and Remedy. And I want to hear about how I'm great. I need more praise, everyone. Okay? And see, folks, people don't respect the fact that I'm the number 2 man, former number 2 man. I should have been a number 1 man. And David snatched the position from me. He took it, even though I am the one that got the goods on. I'm the one that got the goods on Pet Broker and Annie Broker. Okay. And, whenever there was a task to be done, I succeeded. I'm a success. Everyone else is a failure. So if you want to talk about success and successful people, you talk to me, Mr. Marty Rathbun, number 2 man. Okay. And if your wife needs training, send her to me. Thank you. And I see Nick respects me. And that's all we're asking for. A little respect. And that's just the way it's going to be. I'm the only one that knows how to run that church. Oh, here's good question. My brown jacket is still wet from my son dumped the water on my head during the live stream. 5 bottles of it. It was at the very end of 2 lives ago. There's a couple. That was the most water, though. So it's still wet. And hopefully that dries without being all moldy and crusty and rusty. Because it's a good jacket. This is my backup jacket. Most people aren't lucky enough to have 2 suit jackets, folks. And that's just the way it is, folks. And at least everyone's being respectful now. Well, except for Monique, when she gets home, she'll be like, "Did you do this? Did you do that? Blah, blah, blah." Yeah, I should have it dry cleaned. I should send Monique out to do it. Am I right? Have it done? I should at least put it in the background, but I don't feel like getting up, folks. Like I said, we should be talking about the crimes of Mike Rinder and Leah Remini right now. But as long as no one's criticizing me, we'll, that's probably good enough for now for everyone. We're not going to be on too much longer, everyone, because I made my point. No one's going to criticize me. I criticize you. And if it wasn't for Monique, we would have won that lawsuit. I was the one on the hot seat. I was the one getting deposed for the questioning. It's on the internet, folks. Monique said enough was enough. I could have took the heat, folks. She couldn't. Now, like I said, everyone has to realize I'm always right. Okay? I'm a success. Successful people like myself are always right. Okay? And I thank you guys for realizing that. I thank you for the support. And like I said, we're going to end this because I proved my point. No one should be criticizing me. If you want to criticize someone, you criticize Rinder or Remedy. And like I said, Monique, she should be cooking, cleaning, washing the carrots, peeling the potatoes, scrubbing the floors, raising the babies, but she refuses. And that's going to be an issue here in the Rathbun household, folks. All right. Hope everyone has a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Nick.